Yo, what's up, everyone? This is episode 52 of the Blurred podcast. As always, we have the Green Tuner.
Hello.
Greencast.
Hello.
Dark Side.
Yo. Oh, like.
Anticlimactic.
Right.
Yo.
Appropriation.
It's me.
And myself, the Ed Underground. Baby. Fire. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, all right.
Not bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. I was doing good.
There's a reason why I did that.
Yeah. What was the reason?
Oh, you
right.
watched the new movie?
I'm actually going to see it. I didn't know it was on Paramount and
On what?
on Paramount Plus.
Paramount?
Paramount. Yes, Paramount.
He said close. Paramount.
It's called
O-U-N-T.
Paramount. What?
O-U-N-T.
Whatever. It's on the app.
Okay, now is it
Go ahead.
account store or discount store?
Wait, what?
Forget it.
Never mind.
Soda or pop? Tomato, whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's soda or pop, but
Yeah, it's a little more specific than that.
it's
There's
a
definitely an
little
error
bit
there.
Different.
Yeah, it's
Caramel,
not Mont
caramel.
Doom. They don't go to Mont Doom in that movie.
Yeah, but we get what you're saying, Ed. Thank you.
Yeah.
so
anyways,
there's a new Beavis and Butthead movie coming out.
well, it's
already
been
come
out
out.
for a while actually.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
didn't know until.
And I believe there's
yeah.
a series too coming, right?
Oh,
that's
sweet.
why.
What is it?
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead do the universe?
Yeah, that's
I
the
believe
movie.
so.
But
Mhm.
it was announced today that there's going to be a series.
Yeah.
Starting August 4th, I believe. So
I mean, good luck to it. But usually 90s things that try to come back don't make it.
Now I want Mike Judge to better. I think Green Tuner would agree that he would be better suited to revive King of the Hill.
Oh my
Well,
god.
there's
that's-
talks about that.
Everyone's
yeah.
been waiting on that.
I want King of the Hill to come back.
Yeah,
I
King of the Hill would be kind of cool.
I
that show.
would
Oh, we
love
King of the Hill.
a new King of the Hill.
Well,
Well,
what
if, I
if they-
assume
if
if
they
this does
rebooted-
well.
If
What?
they reboot it, they should just kill off what's his name? The Bulldozer.
No,
No,
I
because
mean,
that's
he should.
that's the obvious
should
outcome.
be dead.
He's not exactly. He's not gonna make it to season 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he should be legally dead. But
Well, we have whatchamacallit, Futurama's coming back. So
Oh, third time's the charm.
Really?
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, the first time I was through the roof.
now you're kind of like you kind of
Yeah, it's
Oh, no,
it's
I'm
coming
so
back.
excited.
It'll
I
be
love
back again
Futurama.
too.
yeah. I mean, I love Futurama.
Futurama comes back.
I was literally on a Reddit post the other day, and they were talking about like shows you can constantly watch over and over again. And for
Futurama
me,
for sure.
Futurama is the series I can literally start from season 1, go to sleep, perfectly happy, and it will still be playing, and I'm content. Like I can wake up and watch it, and not skip a beat. So that's kind of like my go-to show. Do you guys have a go-to show like that you can watch no matter how many times you've seen it?
I do. I just
Or
don't
early
recall what it
Simpsons
is.
probably for me. If it's like this, like the first few.
My wife is. I think me personally, it's a tie between Futurama and King of the Hill. Those are my two shows I can watch no matter what.
Mm.
I would have to say old school Simpsons.
Old
The new
school?
school stuff, I can't.
I
There's
say,
just something about it.
oh, Family Guy is also a go-to one for me.
Nah,
But it's not. I have to watch newer. That or South Park. Like I can watch those two shows.
South Park is always good,
Yeah,
but
South
even
Park's
South Park,
good.
it
Yeah.
dates itself sometimes.
You
So
know,
that's what I'm like,
I would say like also for me Seinfeld, and then for some reason Everybody Loves Raymond. If that's on, I'll just watch that. Like,
Seinfeld is.
Oh, Seinfeld's gold.
Seinfeld's not even funny, and I hate Seinfeld.
What?
Seinfeld is probably one of the most not funny shows.
Wow.
what?
We probably lost like half our.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
What's the deal with airplane food?
These
I don't know.
pretzels are making me thirsty.
The Summer of George. The Summer of George.
George,
Wow.
George likes his chicken spicy.
You guys are probably the same people that go and watch SNL and just be rolling over laughing, thinking it's the most hilarious.
No,
thing.
no,
Not really.
You
SNL
guys,
sucks. There was a brief moment of time where SNL was funny, and that was in the
Yeah.
90s.
90s.
Yes.
So,
That's
yeah.
why I look
So
at Seinfeld.
you guys don't know, but I was
Seinfeld's
making
rock solid from
Yeah.
the first. Nah, honestly, the first it's like Simpsons, where it gets rocky. It's rocky early on, then it hits its stride. Simpsons hits its stride around 3 or 4, season 3 or 4, and then it's like flawless. Seinfeld has the same issue. Like first 2 seasons of Seinfeld, I could do without, but once it gets going, it's every episode is outstanding.
Maybe I had to give it a fair shake because
I think at this point, if you have not,
it's kind of difficult to get
just
into
might
it.
not be for you,
Yeah.
which is really weird because
why?
Because you would love it.
There is a that show was really before its time because everything else was very generic when that show was doing things that no other show did.
Yeah,
and
it was
even
either
to
that
this
or
day,
Friends.
well, the storytelling style on that show is like nothing was
its
like that.
time.
Everything was pretty straightforward, and Seinfeld was it had a million jokes a second, and they all connected, and they all made sense, and they all came with like 3-4 different storylines that would converge, and they will all pay off on each, and they did it every week. And they created a lot of consistency, a lot of like great characters.
I'm not
saying
saying
multiverse.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I couldn't get into it. It's just that like when the episodes, and maybe because I was never
It's very callback heavy. It's very callback heavy.
Yeah, that's
so. If you once you get into the stride of this, and King of the Hill is the same way.
Right.
There are jokes in King of the Hill where if you don't know why he's called the Bulldozer or why Dale is the way he is, there won't like stop the show
You need to
reference.
time
Yeah,
into
you
the
need to
characters.
Seinfeld is the same way.
Well,
It's
it's like
very
Futurama. Futurama's the same way.
Futurama is the same way,
The characters,
but Futurama is also like the joke is right in front of you half the time. It's
Sure.
like a gag,
Yeah.
But with King of the Hill, they're not in space. They're not like doing anything.
Yeah, they don't do anything.
There's no celebrity every week. It's very much.
That's so horrible.
I know it's bad.
Very bad.
That's
Boom
really
power.
But yeah, no, Seinfeld was just one of those things. Like, I guess because back in the day, like when we were teenagers when it kind of came out, or when it was on the
Popular,
popular middle part of its popularity. I'm kind of one of those people, like I don't like to watch shows too much that when it's super popular and everybody's like, oh my god, this Seinfeld is the greatest thing ever. Like you see last week's episode of Seinfeld, and I'm just like, I don't care. I never really kept up with that type of stuff.
I think it actually. Now, I don't think it was actually like named popular. I think Friends was like the most popular at the time.
No, Seinfeld
was
popular, but like
very
popular.
Obviously, okay. You know what? I kind of had to put myself into Creamcast shoes because the same thing that he has with Seinfeld, I have with Friends.
Yeah, Friends.
I
think it's funny.
tried watching it. It's not funny. I don't get the appeal.
I've watched probably a lot of Friends, and it's not funny. And there's things in it that could be funny, but we're talking about like Seinfeld's totally different.
I think
I'm saying there's some popular shows that don't click with everyone.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'll tell you what. Seinfeld should not have been as popular as it became. Where Friends has a formula, it does it well. Big Bang Theory has a formula, it does it well. All these shows that are popular, they have like formulas and they do it well. Seinfeld feels like it should not have existed. You know what I mean? The fact that it found an audience and then it became popular, it just doesn't make any sense. But it is like I'm telling you, the format of the show is unlike anything that was on TV at the time.
I'm just saying,
still to this
Big Bang Theory. Like I just hate like. So the thing is like what really gets me is that I hate shows, especially like Big Bang Theory, where they have the laugh track, and it's just like everything is funny, and it's just like and for me, I think I would laugh if it was more natural, but it's not. It's like Curb Your Enthusiasm, right? Hilarious show, and you don't need a laugh track. It's just kind of like that's the difference between primetime TV.
Yeah, but laugh track is. I grew up on laugh track. We all grew up on laugh track. Laugh tracks. Yeah. Laugh tracks are they
such a 90s.
If it's
80s,
funny,
90s.
if it's funny, it's funny. Yeah, you know what I mean? If it's funny, it's funny. But the laugh track, yeah, it's dated. You wouldn't do it. I mean, I don't know if you do it today. I don't really.
I'm sure there has to be some.
I don't watch network TV. I haven't watched network TV in a while, but I'm sure there are still laugh tracks on sitcoms.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
I don't even know what sitcoms are on right now. Is Big Bang Theory still on?
I don't think so. But
I
don't think it is.
I don't know.
I don't know. But the thing is like see, this might be a cultural thing too. Like I used to love for me, what was actually funny was like Martin. I used to love Living.
Yeah,
that was actually hilarious to me, and it was funny because maybe it was relatable a little bit more as opposed to Seinfeld. You know, some Jewish people eating bagels at a coffee shop and so forth. Like,
what's wrong, Ed?
What's wrong? They're literally Jewish. It's not like a. No,
oh my God! You said the J word.
Yeah, I mean, aren't they Jewish? I thought that's what.
Oh my God, we're gonna be canceled.
We're gonna be canceled. Anyways,
someone sounding like an anti-denti.
Wow. So it was pretty much like
probably think they should have their own schools, Ed.
Anywho, so like Martin.
Separately.
Yeah. So Martin was a show that I could really.
I love Martin.
Yeah, Martin's great. Martin's outstanding.
Yeah, and they have laugh tracks on there, and I thought it was great.
Yeah, I mean, even before that, I was at home watching old ass sitcoms like What's Happening. You guys know what's happening? And
no.
Okay, there are in the 70s, there are Sanford and Son and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love
they have
Sanford and Son for sure.
Yeah, but the cheese of the laugh track is it was precious back in the day. It was an art form to apply a laugh track.
But there's there's laugh track done right, like the examples that you pointed, and there's laugh track done wrong. At least for me, which would be Big Bang Theory, because again, I've tried giving these shows a chance, and it's so awkward because they put a laugh track to everything.
Yeah,
with Seinfeld or those other shows, they would time them to the actual joke.
I've met in my life personally more people who hate Big Bang Theory than ever admit to watching it. Yet it is incredibly popular, and it makes so much money. That's why I'm questioning if it's on the air or not. But I think it's more people who are being made fun of in Big Bang Theory, like nerds and geek culture, which was being made. Those are the people. Obviously, those are the people who I know who hate Big Bang Theory, and and it's true. None of the jokes are funny. They're literally references to things that I guess regular people would find funny. It makes a reference to Star Wars or The Flash, and everyone starts laughing. I don't get it.
Yeah, there's so many jokes there that are just not funny. They're not hilarious. They're
it's not a joke.
It's not a joke. They're
he's dressed up as the Flash, and everyone's losing it. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
What?
It's
so you're saying they're making fun of us nerds, and
it's not even making fun of. It's there is no joke there.
Yeah.
I've watched multiple episodes, and they do things and reference things, but where is the joke?
There's no
you're
joke.
Basically saying it's more towards the people who are not into the nerd.
Who are these people?
Yeah, it's just not funny. It's just not funny.
Yeah, it's probably just mainstream people.
Yeah, no, the people that liked it, honestly, I remember people back in the day about Big
normies.
Normies, but it used to be nerdy people who used to like
mouth
that
breathers.
Show. But it used to be all the super preppy kids who'd be like, oh man, that's so hilarious. And I feel like a lot of people just like the show just because other people liked it. And it was oh, you need to like this is the most hilarious show ever. Oh, I'm gonna watch it.
You know what, another show that was incredibly popular at the same time, but I did not find funny at all? What was the Charlie Sheen show?
2.5 Men.
Oh God,
2.5 Men. God, that was so bad. It was it just I don't understand. Incredibly popular. Incredibly popular.
But it's the same formula that these shows have the same formula that are all popular, like 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory. All these shows have the same type of formula, and it's just like the jokes, the punchlines are all kind of the same. Now it may be different. It may cover different topics, but the punchline and the delivery is all really the same. And it's just like, I saw a show recently with Anna Faris, Chris Pratt's ex-wife.
Yeah, and Faris.
Yeah, she has a show where her mother was like, she was like an ex stripper or something like that. Now a housewife, or not a housewife, but like a single mom with her mother living there, and it's just like really vulgar, and it's the same formula over and over again. It's just they're swapping out people. It's like a good show that used to actually be kind of funny back in the day was this is back in the day, like Living with Children. Married with Children. Hilarious.
Great show.
Roseanne back in the day was fun.
Roseanne is amazing.
Yeah, it was
amazing.
I wasn't a big fan of
Living the Children is with Al?
Married with Children.
No,
Al Bundy. Yeah, Al Bundy.
Yeah.
There's one show that's always sticking in my mind. I just forgot the name of it, where a guy has an imaginary friend.
The puppet.
A puppet that lives in the basement.
That was called
Ralph.
I used to watch the show all the time.
Legally Married or Legally
was this an MTV thing?
No, it was on it was on UPN. It was like UPN or WB. And it was a Married with Children like rip off.
Exactly.
But it was on for a while, and it was a Married with Children, and it was actually okay. I didn't mind it at all. I forgot what it's called. It's gonna bug me now. But
exactly.
Sitcom with a puppet.
Sitcom.
It was like Alf.
Sitcom.
I mean, it was like he was one of the characters. It was like Family Guy. He
he would speak to the main character, but nobody else heard it speak.
And it was just like
90s.
Unhappily Ever After.
Unhappily Ever After. There it is.
Yes.
Again, it had a hot daughter, and it had like the same setup as Married with Children. It was pretty much, he was Al Bundy. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, then there was also like, I'm looking now, Dinosaurs. I thought that was pretty.
I love.
Okay, Dinosaurs. That show was amazing.
That was a really good show for what it was.
Yeah, for what it was.
The Henson, right?
Jim Henson.
I think it was Jim Henson.
And that's why it was so good. Anytime Henson touches anything puppet,
turns into gold.
It's gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the one with the tails, where it was like a old like elf or something, and he had a dog, and he would tell tales. He would read out this giant book, and each tale was basically just Henson puppets.
Oh yeah, Storyteller. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, it was very good. Jim Henson Jim Henson Company's outstanding. Really great
about
stuff.
Seinfeld from earlier. I was actually making a Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
I was making a Seinfeld.
Tomato.
Yeah,
yes, exactly. Yes, I was making a Seinfeld Blurred podcast hoodie. Oh, you heard what I said, did you?
No, what'd you say?
I was making a Seinfeld Blurred podcast hoodie.
Okay, first off, the Blurred podcast does not condone piracy or
just because you're comfortable with it.
I was using the look
as the underground
Seinfeld.
At Underground store.
At Underground. And please contact us to help us direct your legal team towards the At Underground for his real name and address. We can provide a lot of information.
Yes. Surprise! His first name starts with Ed. That's not for.
You just don't learn.
It doesn't stand for erectile dysfunction as much as everybody thinks.
Wow.
You just don't learn. You have to get your store shut down, and now you want to get the Blurred store
shut down, right? Let's not do piracy. We do not condone such piracy. We respect the intellectual properties of all these great 90s and 2000s sitcom. So this is Creamcast.
Respect the sovereignty of China.
Yeah, exactly. So
the great nation of China.
And the questionability of Taiwan. Let's just say it. All right.
Anyways,
that place does not exist, Dark Sign. You should know that.
Of course. Hey, I'm sorry I said it.
Okay.
I'm sorry I said it.
Look,
anyways, call us.
I'm here.
Call us.
Just let me know what's up.
We will never review Winnie the Pooh.
Never.
Ever on this podcast.
In fact, what's Winnie the Pooh? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You don't need them.
All right.
Call us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would defend China, but at the same time, by me defending them, they're gonna put me in a small corner of the poster, or put like they'll take my video and just put it really small in the
The
corner.
Blurred podcast poster could just be me and Green Tuner.
No, you're
really,
yeah.
Just like we could call us. We got ideas.
Yeah. Well, listen, look. You know the what's it called? You know, one day China is just gonna invade everyone, right? Yeah. So I just want to make sure that day happens and the great new leader takes over New China. I have a cozy, position next to the great leader. Right. My undying support for him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's definitely
all scenarios are covered here.
Okay,
yeah. You need help running through those.
We will become a propaganda mouthpiece. Slash nerdy podcast.
He's gonna have his own cabinet of nerdy podcast talkers, speakers, whatever. But just remember, hey, Green Tuner, remember, I'm a friend. I've always been a friend. So when this new world China comes about, you just remember that I've always been friend. Eric, friend. That's how we should go about it.
It's true. True.
He's been Thanos snapped. He's gone.
I am gone.
He's still with us in spirit. So yeah. Anywho, so sitcom shows. Yeah, I mean, it's just shows are not what they used to be. That's all I'm saying. Like I don't watch primetime TV anymore. So I can't really keep up with a lot of stuff. Like only time I watch it is like if I'm on a flight somewhere or stuck at a hotel, then I'll watch whatever's on TV. And every single time I've been extremely disappointed, and I'll just turn to a sports channel because there's literally like TV just sucks nowadays.
Yeah, but there was something special, man, back in the day. I mean, this is a conversation for its own podcast, but there's something special about being
ourselves. Are we really dating ourselves right now?
Oh yeah, but you know what? And I take pride in the fact that I grew up in a time when I had to look at the clock and be like, "Oh man, the show's going to be on at 8:00. I don't want to miss it."
Yeah.
And you had to go watch it because that's when it was on. It wasn't not streaming on your phone whenever you wanted. This was like you were confined, and God help you if there's two things on at the same time. You had to wait.
I saw that issue. I would have to actually watch one thing upstairs and had another thing downstairs. Like when I think it was WWE or WWF at the time and WCW were on the
you would run up and down the stairs. This doesn't seem to make any sense.
Hey, why could you people did it. I did it.
Switch the channels.
Like, stop being a weirdo.
I don't know. I think we're blowing your mind with the concept here.
Yeah, he's like, wait, channels can switch?
Running upstairs.
Well, if you didn't know, so I didn't have a remote, so I had to manually change the channel. So it was like 20 channels deep. So I'm like clicking 20 times to go to the next channel.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so instead of that, how about, upstairs, downstairs?
Yeah, the remote.
You threw that remote too many times upside the head.
Thankfully, they weren't there at that time, so I was able to do
power button indented in his forehead.
Wait, what?
Guys, we're not going to talk about child abuse on this channel.
Yeah,
because Aretho. Yeah, he was a great guy.
Good riddance.
Yeah, good riddance. But indeed. It was. I mean, back in the '90s, it was a '90s, early 2000s. Especially when DVR was extremely hard and extremely expensive to have. Yeah, the fact that you had. That was a weird time. Like you had to. I remember as a kid, I used to be at my friend's house, and I was at his house, and I would literally go on the channel, go to the scrolling TV guide, find when the show was going to happen. Like I had to look at a watch, like what time is it, and literally rush home to watch a show that I wanted to watch.
Yeah,
and it was such a weird time, like granted.
Oh, it was a great time.
It was a great time. No, it was a great time, but it's weird thinking back at it now, knowing that we had to do those type of things to watch our favorite shows. For me, example, like watching Toonami, like when Toonami was first a thing, I like after school I had to rush home and make sure I was in front of the TV when Toonami came on so I could watch anime because we couldn't watch anime any other way.
Yes.
There was no way to watch cartoons other than, Cartoon Network, especially
or anime rather.
Or anime.
Well, you know which channel used to show animes? It was like a local channel. I think it wasn't Telemundo.
No, WGN.
It was like channel 20. This is back in the day, 26 or something.
Like early in
But
the
they
morning.
would put on like straight up like adult, not hentai, but like things with like really mature themes.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever guys heard of a Wicked City?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's one of the first animes I ever watched because it was on that free channel.
Yeah, I know UPN back
Was
in
it
the day.
UPN?
UPN back in the day used to have
UPN did it.
Yeah,
it probably was UPN.
One of the first animes that I fell in love with was Technoblade, Tekkaman, and it was on UPN, and it would come on random ass times. And it'd be like 2:30 in the afternoon, and on Saturday. I'm like, what?
Or sometimes like 1 in the morning.
Yeah, 1 in the morning.
I think they would just grab animes to fill in space.
Exactly. And I used to watch random episodes of Tekkaman, and it was super cool. But it was one of those things like you didn't get to stream it like you can now. Like, Darkside was saying, go on my phone. I can literally watch every single episode that I ever wanted to watch of Tekkaman. Like back in the day, you just got lucky. And even with sitcoms, like a sitcom will play like at let's say 8:00 at night. If you missed it, you had to stay up, for the encore at like 11 or 12 or 1 o'clock when they replayed it. If they replayed it that day, or you had to wait a couple days later. So yeah, what a weird time to be alive. Like
for sure.
To have
I loved Adult Swim would have the main run and then it would repeat it again after.
Yes.
And then the bumpers, the bumpers that Adult Swim had, as probably still has. They would. I would notice like they're very funny, the bumpers, but at a certain point, I remember that they were aware of that you are still awake watching Adult Swim, and they would reference the fact that you're it's
awake.
like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Why are you? And they would talk to you directly. Real cool when they did stuff like that. But and you would watch. I've done that where I watched the entire evening run of Adult Swim twice.
Yeah, no, I did that too. Watch it again. And then you have the bumpers, and then like it'll be weird stuff, like super weird, or they'll have a quick 5-minute episode of Robot Chicken. They'll play like one little clip of it, and such a great thing, such a great time.
Some of the it's another. We're going off on so many good subjects for stuff like sitcoms and Adult Swim. Adult Swim alone, I could talk about forever because there are shows on Adult Swim that are like amazing. They're 15-minute episodes, but they're just like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Tim and Eric, like awesome shows.
Space
Tim
Goes
Goes to the Mayor.
Coast to Coast, yes.
Tom Goes to the Mayor is one of the
Tom
funniest
Goes to the Mayor,
things
Space Goes Coast to Coast
I've ever seen.
Amazing, yeah.
There's a lot of really good. Like I would always be like 15 minutes. Like this is dumb. At first, I was always like, like why does it make it? But they're so like perfect. And it would always be 2 episodes back to back. So it's like you get 2 Aqua Teens.
Yeah.
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. Also, it had like
C-Lab, remember C-Lab?
C-Lab.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But hold on, I was going to say Squidbillies.
Squidbillies
is good.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you would look at
Squidbillies.
the animation and be like, what the hell? It looks horrific. And then once you actually start getting into the story, you see how funny it
it's
is.
hilarious. It's amazing.
What was the show with the rockers? With the
Metalocalypse.
Metalocalypse.
Yeah, Metalocalypse.
So good.
That was really good. And,
one that I
music was
never
actually
watched.
good too.
It was really good. Well, it was an actual band, right?
Yeah,
Deathlock.
Yeah.
Deathlock.
No. The actual is that?
No. The actual band. There's an actual band. The fictional band is called Deathclock. Or it might. They might be the actual name of the band.
I thought it was the actual name of the band.
Yeah, because they actually released the album.
Yeah. Such a good. That was some good shit back in the day.
12-ounce mouse is the one that I never
12-ounce mouse was actually really. Yes, it's one of those ones we're talking about where it's like dumb, and then you watch it and it gets funnier.
Well, another like because Adult Swim was kind of like that was the birth. It was birthed from shows back in the day. I don't know. I'm starting to hit some
C-Lab and Space Ghost.
Even before then, like shows like The Tick. Like
Tick.
Yeah, on Comedy Central.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, The Tick was on there. They had like mature shows like on Comedy Central on late nights. Late nights like at 10 o'clock. But for us, those were late nights because we were kids. But yeah, they had those adult themed cartoons.
Dr. Katz.
Dr. Katz. I don't remember that.
That was like
Whole movies.
Whole movies was so good.
So good.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, there were so many good shows that kind of spurred on and birthed like the Adult Swim. Now, I
Yeah.
haven't seen Adult Swim in a long time. I don't know if it's the same as it was back in the day because like Space Coast Coast to Coast literally show up on like literally. It felt like that was a show like when you're about to go to bed. That's the show you watch because it would just be at the end of the night. They would have like awkward ass like interviews and it'd just be like, okay, this is a good time to go to sleep because there was nothing else.
That was the magic of basic cable where you're like there's so many cool things on, and then even late at night there was Space Ghost. It was like the feeling of like there's always something cool on even when you're going to bed. It's like, man, what am I missing? Because it was always something.
Yeah,
you couldn't like watch a YouTube video or anything like that to kind of see what's going on because YouTube
you had to watch it.
You had to watch it, but in a sort of way it's making a somewhat of a comeback. Because if you notice, shows like The Boys is the one I can think of. I'm trying to think of, whatever Disney releases, now it's going on a week by week basis. Instead of just dumping everything on at once, you actually have to wait until the release date. So there is that aspect of waiting for a new episode.
Yeah,
that's coming back again.
I really enjoyed that about The Boys. I mean,
me too.
I know we're going to talk about The Boys in a future episode, but
we have to.
Yeah, we have.
I think Netflix experimented with that too. The episodic, the weekly episodic.
Stranger Things was released weekly.
No.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, they had part 1 of season 4, and then they released part 2 of season 5.
Oh, okay.
It really wasn't. Yeah,
no, but they did a weekly. They've experimented with a lot of different release schedules.
Oh, they've done that, yeah.
In Netflix, yeah. So I mean, they're trying to.
Resident Evil.
I don't know, because here's the problem with Netflix that they have is when they release like the newest season of, and this is why they have the part 1, part 2 of Stranger Things. When you release an entire season, you're in the news cycle for a week, and then the next thing comes out, and all 13 episodes are blown.
Yeah. So
rather than creating that buzz for 13 weeks, that's why Stranger Things, like it's a medium where they realize people don't want episodic because they want everything now, but Netflix still gets to have 2 dips into one season.
Well, Netflix, like Resident Evil just came out, right? It literally came out today, I believe. And they already released all 8 episodes, which
one?
Resident Evil on the Netflix series. So it's kind of like we got what we wanted because remember back in the day, we used to complain about having to wait week after week, especially when there were shows that like these primetime TV shows like House, like we had to literally watch every episode per week, and there's 30-40 episodes a season. And we're like, fuck, like if you miss an episode, you're not gonna you might be able to see again a week later or something like that. Yeah. But we got what we wanted, and now we're kind of like, oh, we kind of want both again. So it's
I watched Lost in its height. Like Lost, I'm a big fan. Like it's probably going to it's probably my favorite drama series. Not for the final package you get, because people could watch it today and be like, I don't get it. But when you watch Lost at the height of its popularity, when like you said, it was week to week, and people were after every episode talking about it and like theorizing, and between seasons they would have an insane cliffhanger, and there would be TV Guide and Entertainment Weekly would do articles about like to keep the fire like I miss that, you know what I mean? That the height of that show was like Game of Thrones kind of.
I was about to say Game of Thrones level.
Game of Thrones, if you were alive during Game of Thrones, it was the same kind of feeling you got when that show. But yeah, that speculation and talking to fans and theorizing in between episodes, that's something special that you don't get with these big drops.
Yeah, no, that's true. I have to agree. Yeah, it's a special thing for sure, and but the thing is to garner that type of hype, you have to have a show worthy of that, and
a compelling show.
Yeah, a compelling show, and that's the thing. Like with especially with Netflix willing to nix shows at the drop of a hat, like we brought this up time and time again. Mindhunter, like oh my god, that was such a good show, and they chopped that show.
There's also a new one with a guy that's restoring tapes, and the tapes are sort of like haunted by like.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. That actually looks scary. I'm not too.
It's not that scary, but
it looks scary.
It's pretty good. I watched it.
Really?
A gigantic cliffhanger. Cancel.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They cancel things way too fast.
This is called the golden age of television. We've been living in it. People have given it that label. Yeah, you might as well segue into one of the things we're going to talk about here.
Yeah,
Speaking of the golden age of television, the most expensive produced
TV
could you shut up for a minute? Show.
Could you shut up for a minute and let the expert in segues bring us in?
Oh, okay.
Ed,
yeah.
Okay, I'm right here. All right. Yeah. The expert in segues. Yeah. All right.
Let's take that from the top here.
Yeah. Let's see what gem he drops right now. All right, segue us in.
Well, since we're talking about golden TV shows,
makes sense.
What do you guys think about the golden TV show that is known as The Lord of the Rings that
was
Jeff Bezos is creating?
It's always bad.
Dog shit. Like only thing golden I want to give you is a shower right now.
I was thinking about saying something like that.
I know you were because you're a sick individual deep down inside, just like your father.
Wait, what?
Because I'm your father, therefore
false.
You have a sick mind.
You're a dirty
son.
Bird, then.
Yeah. Like father,
bird's the word.
Like daughter.
False.
Yeah. So I think we all saw the trailer, right?
Yes.
Rings of Power, the new upcoming Netflix most expensive TV show of all time.
Yes,
of all time.
Yeah. And what was it? Something like $100 million per episode.
They genetically grew hobbits, real life hobbits. in Jeff Bezos' basement.
Jeff Bezos, he did that. And then he opened a portal into an actual Middle Earth, and they just shot it.
Yeah, he actually forged real rings of power.
He created Stargate. Okay.
Stargate. This TV show is not as big a problem as Jeff Bezos might have a ring of power right now.
Yeah, he really might have. Like no bullshit.
We're talking about a TV show here. It's all jokes, but we might really have a problem.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting a little bit more excited as time goes on. I mean, I think we said this before. The way that Amazon has done The Boys, it makes me very, very curious on how they're going to do Lord of the Rings. Mainly because this Lord of the Rings is not just any old show. You know, for Jeff Bezos, this was his baby. He truly did. He is a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Super huge Tolkien fan. So for him, you know, I could see him putting a lot of pressure on this project, mainly because of the fact that, you know, this is a passion project for him. Obviously,
this is his baby.
Yeah, well, obviously because of the fact that, you know, he's dedicated so much money to this project in of itself from his company. So I am actually looking forward to it, and
I think it'll pay off. I think this will create. So it's already creating a lot of buzz, obviously, and it doesn't help that the show looks amazing. You know, you watch that trailer. It looks really, really good. And I know looks aren't everything, but it does convey a sense of adventure. It conveys a sense of like epic scope,
action,
like solid looking, seemingly cinematography and set design, and
I think
you can see the money.
And they've addressed some of the concerns that people have had, at least on the way that it looks. Like, 'cause I remember one of the things that people said was that it looked very plasticky. Like it looked very
the teaser,
the first
trailer did look kind of plasticky.
Yeah, it looked very like you have real people talking, but they just look like plastic dolls kind of thing. And this latest trailer, it does feel like an epic movie. It feels like, you know, this is an episodic movie, which the one thing that, you know, I think we brought up before about Disney not knowing how to do that with Obi-Wan is like it's a good looking series. But it looks extremely bloated.
Wait, Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan,
yeah. I said what I said.
Oh, I kind of thought it was cinematic. But...
Well, what I'm saying is bloated. It looks bloated. This one doesn't look like it's like based on the trailer. It just looks like a actual cinematic
it looks like
movie.
The scope of it is massive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and
whereas with Obi-Wan, it should have been the other way around. Like, I mean,
it should have.
A fan edit of a 2.5 hour cut of Obi-Wan is very popular for a reason, you know, on social media, because everyone kind of, I think, more or less felt the same way. It was too bloated. It needed to be trimmed down. Yeah.
No, but what was I gonna say with the Rings of Power? Talk about like actually changing what the new standard for Middle Earth is and everything. Like it's basically like it was pulled from Peter Jackson's movies, like the sets, the characters, everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just crazy to see that now that is what's recognized as Lord of the Rings. I mean, he really basically made Middle
New Zealand on the map. Yeah. He I mean, there's no other place to film high fantasy anymore than apparently New Zealand.
If you want that authentic feel, you have to go to New Zealand.
I mean, geographically, you read why he picked, like, obviously, you know, from there, but it has geographically everything, like within to film, and it's mostly not messed up by humanity. You know what I mean? It's kind of pristine and epic in scope. So, it looks unmistakably Middle Earth, and it looks unmistakably awesome looking. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What do you guys think about the controversy? Did we talk about that?
What controversy?
Yeah, what controversy?
The controversy about the casting of minorities in Middle Earth, and when they're not.
We touched on it, and we were all okay with it.
We were all okay with it.
Yeah.
Except at Underground, I assume is.
He passed on. He had a heart attack.
He did have a hard time about
I did not.
He was like, "Oh my god, you know,
he was
race swamping. Why are there black people portraying elves? Aren't they just orcs? Like, this is crazy."
I'm fine with it. I mean, they didn't replace any as we know so far, any characters or any genders of the characters or something like that. But
so you got it.
Watch. Have we seen Elrond yet? I just want Elrond to be like.
So let me ask you this: if Black Elrond showed up,
Elrond,
yeah, Elrond,
yeah,
Elrond. Elrond showed up. How mad would you be?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about Black Gandalf?
I don't know.
Well,
all right.
No,
I don't know. There you go, folks.
I don't know. No,
what if when they show Gandalf,
like saying,
is Samuel L. Jackson with a beard?
Who? Yeah. Wait, what?
Oh man, Samuel L. Jackson as Gandalf will be amazing.
Look to the motherfucking north.
Yeah,
and he's coming down.
That'll be a whole different
Gandalf
movie.
The Black.
Gandalf the Black.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. I mean, Gandalf isn't he like a reincarnation every single time of himself? There's different.
No, but he
went from gray to white.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, but he should be in that series. But I don't know if they'll show him. But he is chronologically there.
Is he? Because I thought
yes.
I mean, is he that old? I didn't know he was that.
Yeah.
Jeez,
all those wizards are old as hell.
Well, they're the same.
That's why they had to leave.
They're the same race. Gandalf and Galadriel.
Oh,
they're their own race. I forgot what they're called. They're not humans. They're something
not
else.
They're like some
they're not elves.
Like
they're not humans
or something.
Oh,
same thing with the Balrog, the giant flame creature.
Yeah.
Same thing. They come from the same place.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They all do.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It is.
I mean, I looked more into the controversy of. I mean, I've never read the Lord of the Rings novels.
Neither have I. Only one of us has.
Yeah, only one of us, and he's
who's that one?
Nerd.
Yeah, huge nerd. Yeah,
I've read The Hobbit 3 times.
Oh,
exactly.
Yep. Well, I mean, there's only one other person who's probably a bigger nerd about Lord of the Rings than you, Darkside, and that's probably the Ed Underground, because he's the most familiar with all the races and everything.
He's militant in his beliefs.
I know every single detail.
But you know, I was reading some people's opinions on it who are more about, you know, they're just experts on kind of like Middle Earth and what before Middle Earth was Middle Earth and blah blah blah, just the whole mythos of Lord of the Rings. And they were saying, like, you know, while Tolkien may not have been, he was just saying, like, Tolkien really wasn't I'll just say it out. Like, he wasn't racist. Like, because some people saying Tolkien is this huge racist. He hated black people, and that's why there's nobody. The orcs are supposed to be black people, and this and that and the other. But
oh my god,
yeah, how dare he? But it was he was saying, he was like, Tolkien wasn't a racist. Like, orcs weren't representative of black people. But he's like, there are black. Like, Tolkien does describe that there are people of brown skin further south of what Middle Earth and so forth to darker continents, and he's like, these people were not like savages or like, oh, here's these high elves and these brown people that are just scrap trying to get
only
scraps.
those dirty Middle Eastern guys that came in on elephants.
Yeah,
towards the end. Yeah. I forgot their names.
But he was just saying, like, he was like, breaking it down that black people were represented in the Lord of the Rings novels. It just wasn't. He's like, this is a Eurocentric.
It's based on Europe. Yeah, it's based on Europe.
Yeah, it's a reimagining of Europe, and he was just saying, like, he had outside of that, this is Europe in like, it was like the 1300s, 1500s, and then you had your the black dark skinned people in different parts of the world, but they weren't like segregated and just because they hated it. It's just, this is a European type fantasy. So the outrage of people being upset that there are black elves in the Lord of the Rings, I just think is stupid. At the end of the day, their skin color does not dictate whether they're good actors or not. Doesn't dictate whether they're going to be a good fit for the story. So honestly, as long as it's not like an elf was this is an elf in the Civil War and he was a slave owner, but he was black and blah blah blah. I mean, this is not historically accurate, and like, it just blows my mind.
Yeah, it's a fantasy movie.
Yeah,
there's dragons.
Yeah, like, there's
why can't there be black
dragons,
elves?
like ghosts and demons and shit, and wizards and giant, whatever. But people are like, oh my god, their elf is black. God damn it, it ruins the fantasy. I can't watch this thing. We're like, come on, guys, chill out. Like, we're worried about that, but there's literally fucking wargs and like fucking hobbits, and well, I mean, there are short people in the world, but like, it's just, come on, it's not that serious. So I think it's cool. Hopefully Amazon, 9 times out of 10 we know Amazon didn't bow down to that type of pressure, so I'm just excited to see what happens. And I think the few dissenters and people who are complaining are going to be overshadowed by the people who are absolutely going to love it. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I mean, the squeaky wheel gets the
grease.
Yeah, grease. Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, the ones that are the loudest are the minority. So
well, we're entering like a fantasy kind of golden age again. We got Lord of the Rings and we got Blood of the Dragon. Is that what it's called? The Game of Thrones. Is it called Blood of the Dragon?
I don't know what it's called.
Either way, both
dragon.
of them are coming out like within a month of each other in the fall here.
I wonder if that was well, you think that was strategic of HBO to do that against?
I don't know, but HBO.
I mean, that's a bad strategy.
That would be a bad strat. That's a bad strat.
That is a very bad strategy.
I think I mean, if you put the two fan bases together, what do you guys think? Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones? Who do you
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings.
I think Lord of the Rings. I mean,
Lord of the Rings.
We've seen the trailer
it has more
for
appeal to everyone.
Yeah. Right.
But I think also with Lord of the Rings, it hasn't been tarnished yet. As far as the movies are concerned, it doesn't have a tarnished image at the moment.
It has more nostalgia
for the animated movie.
Yeah.
Wait, there's an animated movie?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. They were rotoscoped. They're actually trippy as hell to watch them. But.
Yeah,
I know that.
I'm pretty sure that was the point of it.
to
do mushrooms and watch
Ralph Bakshi animation. Pretty cool.
That. But yeah, I mean, Lord of the Rings games that have done relatively well. You have Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit, wasn't as widely received, critically received as the regular Lord of the Rings trilogy. But
who remembers that? Nobody remembers.
No one remembers that. People still have that nostalgia.
Nostalgia,
and they'd be like, "No, the Hobbit was great," and I actually enjoyed the Hobbit.
I like the first Hobbit movie, and the other ones had issues, obviously, because they did the Obi-Wan thing where they pulled something apart that didn't need to be stretched out, Yeah,
2 and 3 didn't have to be stretched out. It could have been just 2 movies. I think it would have been fine. But yeah, I mean, but Game of Thrones is still, people to this day are still talking about David Benioff and whatever, the two
Wise,
directors, Wise, whatever. You know, people still saying like they shouldn't touch anything. They were almost about to touch Star Wars, and people boycotted them. They're still asking for HBO to redo the last few episodes. So yeah, they're just
unnecessary. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm ready to go back to Middle Earth, and I'm ready to go back to Westeros. And hey, man, I'm sure if both of them are, you know, mid, at least we live in a world where we got two of these like seemingly impossible opportunities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
especially Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
that I never expected.
Insane.
Who would ever thought, oh, we're gonna get a Lord of the Rings TV show? Like what? No, because Lord of the Rings has never been put into a scale. And no one ever thought they could put it to a scale of a TV show. It's always been cinematic.
It is the culmination of a lot of crazy ideas. You'd need a billionaire who's the richest man in the world who happens to be like a nerd. You'd need like a streaming arms race happening, a licensed like properties arm race. Like it's a culmination of various things that are happening at the same time that resulted in a Lord of the Rings, you know, multi-billion-dollar TV show happening
and being able to have successful series in Amazon.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's actually,
it's insane.
No, when you think about that, that is a crazy mixture to get to this point. There's a lot of shit that had to happen.
Yeah. Nobody would greenlight this. Like it's one of those things we talk about a lot on the Blurred podcast. We talk about like Avengers when we were talking about when we were 12. Like if your older self told you, yeah, there's going to be an Avengers movie and there's going to be 22 movies that lead up to it. Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah. You would be like, yeah, screw off, you know, stranger danger. You yell and run away, you know, like, oh,
like the Twilight guy's going to be Batman? No, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what I mean? Like we live in some crazy times, and like it's. I was just thinking about this is escalation. Like, what is the next crazy thing? Lord of the Rings TV show is the next crazy thing we're experiencing. What is beyond this? I don't know. What else we can get?
Elf?
Yeah.
Or
bring
Alf.
back Alf.
That would be something.
No, I think what's gonna happen. I think what's gonna happen is that we're gonna start. Oh, actually, never mind. I was gonna
Nintendo.
I was gonna say we're gonna get a reboot of like beloved franchises like RoboCop, but we did get a reboot of RoboCop,
and it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was not the greatest.
It sucked.
So I was like,
that RoboCop TV show or RoboCop video game they announced. You guys see?
That's gonna be good.
That looks interesting.
Nintendo just bought a production
there was
company
a
or
RoboCop
something.
TV show.
There was a RoboCop TV show, and I love the theme song that's stuck in my head.
Yeah. So Nintendo bought a production company.
They bought some company, and they're talking about doing movies in the near future. I forgot what.
All right. Well, let's see how this Mario movie, which seemingly can be a disaster. Let's see how that pans out.
I'm looking forward to Mario movie.
It's gonna be good because you know why? We thought that Detective Pikachu was gonna be bad, and it actually did very well.
But it wasn't good.
Yeah, but the thing
is, was good.
It was not good to people like us. It wasn't good to adults, but for kids, they loved it. So that's the thing. We always gotta change the metrics. Like get out of yourself and think of yourself as like an 8-year-old kid who loves Pokemon as hype.
Wait, he does love Pokemon.
No. I'm saying
I love Pokemon right now.
I'm talking about like I still love the old Pokemon. Yeah, we see that fake.
I only know the old Pokemon.
Yeah,
the 151. That's all I know.
Yeah. So, but no, I think Mario's gonna do fine.
Yeah, there's no way to go butt up from the last movie.
Yeah, you really can't get any worse than that.
Well, speaking of Chris Pratt movies, we can move on to Review of the Week here.
Oh yeah,
Ed Underground. I'm sorry, Ed Underground.
Apologize. Please.
Take notes.
Now, Ed, can I give you some pointers real quick before you start?
No, mine are golden.
Come on, man. Just listen to me here.
Okay,
you got Chris Pratt. That's a bridge. You got Taika Waititi. All right, he's from New Zealand.
Yeah.
A lot. We were just talking about Lord of the Rings. You could segue off New Zealand because the film. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what else you got here. There's a couple other good ones. The epic scope of it. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. Go ahead, take it over.
Ed,
anyways, so as we all know, Nintendo, they have Chris Pratt as Mario for the upcoming Mario movie, which could be good, could not be good. We'll see one day. But you know what else he's in? He's in Guardians of the Galaxy and the most recent movie we just saw, Thor, Love, and Thunder.
Well,
That-
all right,
he-
we're
he
comparing.
literally-
like, he
Okay.
Next time.
literally,
You get it next time.
yeah, he did an
I
alley-oop.
literally do this on purpose,
No,
man.
he did an alley-oop, got the rebound because you missed the dunk. And then he
Then I
didn't miss
stopped
the
time,
dunk.
and then I stopped time midair.
I didn't miss the dunk. I put the ball,
No.
moved it under my legs.
I like how
slid it,
comfortable you got
and
with the
dunked it.
silence that you had to go right after.
On fire.
Because nobody was
I had a star.
Yeah,
He
that's
knew it
called
was
killing
coming.
dead air.
Yeah, he knew it
I
was
had a
coming.
star.
That was horrible. God
It
damn.
was greatness.
Anyhow,
Hmm.
so yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy obviously is on hold. That sucks because I really want to see Guardians 3. So it was cool seeing Guardians and Thor: Love and Thunder, and we got to see just a little bit of Chris Pratt at the beginning. But man, this movie was not what I was expecting.
Mm. It was
Really?
better than you expected it.
It was
I
actually it was decent. Now I'll say that it was a decent movie. I'll just say this straight off the bat. Ragnarok is still my favorite Thor movie. I'm just gonna be real. Thor: Love and Thunder coming in from Thor 1 to Thor 2, Dark World, and Love and Thunder. It's probably my number 2 Thor movie at this moment.
It's a step up from the previous first 2 Thor movies, right? Okay,
Yeah.
but it's far step from Ragnarok.
So was this the same feeling as you had with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness?
Yes. Absolutely.
I was gonna say honestly, it's the same. Like both of them hard mid.
Yeah. This is
Hard mid.
This is what it's kind of like with Phase 4. This whole Phase 4, it's just been very lackluster. I know they wanted to introduce a lot of new characters, which is fine for Phase 4.
Mhm.
But the franchises that have already existed and the characters that already existed, I'm a little bit disappointed in. And this felt
It's a development phase.
Yeah.
You
But
know
the
what I
thing
just realized?
how's it development though? If
That's the excuse that sports teams make when they're losing and the streak is bad.
Yeah.
It's a development year.
we're
We're
working on
it's
our
like how
players.
the Chicago Bears are in constant development years.
Yeah.
So
It's
But
just-
yeah, they're just charging you full. It seems, I haven't watched it, but from the sounds of it sounds like they're charging you a full ticket price to go see a setup movie, just like Doctor Strange.
I wouldn't
Where you
say
basically paid to see what's
Doctor
coming up
Strange. Doctor Strange was more of a setup movie than this is. This definitely feels like a movie in and of itself.
yeah.
It has an identity. It is. I think it's better than Doctor Strange. I will say
Multiple plot
this.
points,
Okay.
actually.
Well, yeah, Taika Waititi definitely has a voice and a story, and he is trying to tell a story here. But it just, I think we compared to Ragnarok going in. I had expectations up at Ragnarok going in, and it didn't hit those high expectations. I think it felt close to Ragnarok, but it was not there. I think the spectacle of Ragnarok is something special we're not going to get again.
Well, you know what my thought about this is, well,
Yeah,
before I even think about or say what my thought is, I walked into this movie with zero expectation and I left out with zero expectation. I felt like it went nowhere. I really felt this could have been a Disney Plus TV show.
I didn't
It
think it
just-
was that.
No.
No, I
Yeah,
think it's better than that.
Yeah.
I just feel like they weren't doing anything. Like the only, I guess you'll say, highlight of the movie for me was actually Christian Bale playing as Org.
Really?
I did
Wait,
like his
as
acting
who?
as Org. I think his name is Org. I'm not really vast in the Thor knowledge. Whatever his name is. Whatever his name is.
Wow.
I'm on the polar opposite spectrum as you. I thought Christian Bale sucked.
He was.
I thought it was
absolutely
good.
Sucked as
horrible.
Gore.
I thought
Like
he
what
was
a
good.
waste of Christian
It
Bale.
was
I thought he was
A
okay.
waste of
Waste
a
of
character.
Yes, a waste
Well,
of lore.
bad.
everything.
Well,
Yeah.
like you said earlier, this was for like a hard mid. I think this was a hard mid also. Like I said, I went to this movie with zero expectation and left out from the same exact way. Like
Yeah.
I can't
Highlight-
see myself seeing this movie again.
Highlight for me in this movie is going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy. Just reminded me like how much I like those characters,
That was
even
actually
though
my
they
favorite
weren't
part.
in it that much. Like literally, we're talking first 10 minutes
Yeah, 10
and they're
minutes.
gone.
Yeah.
And it just makes you go like, man, I can't wait for that series to come back.
That was my
But-
favorite part of the movie. Actually, was the beginning with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
like
the Guardians, and then I don't know how heavy we're going to go in for spoilers here, but there's Russell Crowe plays a character which I thought was very entertaining. Where that character was.
We see that in the trailer. So I mean,
is he in the trailer?
I didn't see it in the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I didn't want to. Like, I just remember his hand
thing,
grabbing.
The whole thing where he does, and he flicks the clothes off. That's in the trailer. So.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know,
so Russell Crowe's Zeus is very cool.
Yeah.
I thought was funny.
It was funny, yeah.
Especially his accent. I really laughed a lot.
I was kind of confused with this movie. I know Taiki Waititi. I'm probably saying his name wrong.
Taquito.
Waititi. Taquito.
Takis.
Yeah. He makes great movies.
Yeah.
He makes good movies.
Takis is what we'll call him.
He makes funny movies, but I didn't find this movie funny.
What do you mean? It had comedy. It was funny. There's funny stuff in there.
When I saw it, it was decently crowded. There was a mix of kids and adults, and really, no one really laughed. Like,
really, I had a lot of people laughing in my theater. This was very much, the jokes, like the Thor. Every other line is a joke from Thor. Yeah. Every other line from Korg is a joke.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like
every line is a joke.
Well, yeah. So what are you talking about? There is comedy in this. It's written as a comedy.
I just didn't really find it funny, and no pun intended. But it didn't feel like this movie had an end game. Like, it didn't feel like it was leading up to something. Like, there was no delivery towards the end.
Yeah, I will agree with you. I think that there was the investment in the story. I didn't feel very invested in the story. I'm a big fan of Jane Foster's Mighty Thor from the comics because that story is really cool when it's told and it's revealed it's Jane Foster and what she's going through. And like, it's in the movie, like her cancer, it's not like in the comics, she's in chemo. She's like withering away. She's got no hair. She's got that head wrap thing going. So it's like, you see her body is just given up and like, so when you see that version of her and you see the polar opposite in the Mighty Thor, it's like in the comics, there's more weight, but in the movie, it's like I don't think it got to that point. I don't think they earned that empowering moment for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't go to the extreme, and
they
tried to be sensitive, I guess, about it, which is weird because they kind of did.
Why
the same
even go
thing.
here then?
Well, they did the same thing. When you think about with Peter Quill and his mother, like his mother died of the brain tumor, and she was bald. She was bald. She was going through chemo and all this other stuff, and she ended up dying. So I don't know if they were just saying like, "Hey, we're just gonna chill," like on the whole chemo cancer angle, which is it's understandable. It's
but that's the whole point of someone being powerless.
Yeah, no, I get that, but maybe they just didn't want to go that far. And
it's possible they did because I mean, she has been bald before in a different movie, so I mean, I'm sure she has no problem, shaving her head or putting some kind of,
I don't think that was the issue.
Thing.
Yeah,
I think it's the depiction of like I think what Creamcast was saying. There's a depiction of someone going through that, like in their lowest point, darkest hour, and that's what's in the comics. That lowest point, darkest hour, polar opposite is.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm agreeing with Creamcast that he said they didn't want to go that far. What I'm saying is,
but I don't think it's an appearance thing. I think it's a the whole package.
Yeah, they want to keep it relatively like touch on it,
safe.
but they want to be safe. They didn't want to go all the way into that because, I mean, it's kind of one of those. It'll be kind of hard to, especially for a film that's so light, to go from that dark place to showing her literally withered away to then becoming Mighty Thor, then her dying at the end. Spoiler alert. So yeah, it's just one of those things that ultimately, I think this movie was a little bit. I think I say it's mid. The most enjoyable parts, honestly, were Thor and Jane's interaction. I loved Mighty Thor in this overall. I think she did a phenomenal job. It was something that was definitely needed for the franchise, or for Thor, having the female Thor. I thought that was kind of cool. Christian Bale was a complete disappointment in this movie.
Wow.
Gore The God Butcher was a complete disappointment in this.
Well,
film.
like, wait, speaking of lacking an end game, like, I mean, think about like his trajectory. Think about what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And think about where he gets and think about what he does. You know what I mean? Like, what is the point of all of that?
Yeah, he won only due to the fact that, well, one, Jane literally sacrificed her life at the end. And then two, it was one of the weirdest things. Like, Thor's like, you make a choice. You like Gore's literally slaughtering people. And then all of a sudden, hey, you make a choice. You can bring your daughter back or kill all the gods. I'm going to spend time with the one I love. And it's just like, what?
Like, really?
That's a little whack.
The idea that you could say that a guy like him would be like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, he gets to eternity, which is like an impossible point. You have to be
cold-hearted
cold-hearted. You have to be cut off to any other possibility and argument. You have to be set on your goal beyond any kind of reasoning, to the point that this guy's out of his mind. Thanos was set on his goal, and he and he attained a like a universal weapon. This is what Gore's trying to get to, a universal level action, and you'd think someone would be more determined in their the resolve, which
he seemed like he was up until.
Yeah, but his resolve didn't make any sense.
No,
like, I don't get it. Where, like, I mean, I get the whole father, his, that part where he eventually does what you want him to do, but I don't see that character making that decision just because somebody like Creamcast saying that statement.
I didn't see that either throughout the whole movie. I did not see that.
It doesn't earn it. That's why I think Christian Bale. Sorry, we're talking about Christian Bale. I mean, I think he is a great actor, but this character sucked. I don't think the character developed anything. It went anywhere. I think it was very one-dimensional type of character. The plan made no sense. The outcome made no sense.
I agree with 90% of what you're saying. Now, I'm not saying that the character, I didn't like the outcome, the end of.
I didn't think his acting was good.
That's what I'm saying, the acting. I think him acting as Gore was great.
I don't think he was good. No, this is one of the worst things I've ever seen him in.
Yeah.
What scene? Can you tell me Gore was on the level of Hela from Ragnarok?
No.
So, I mean, what are we talking about here?
I haven't
not
seen
even Jeff Goldblum. I'm saying Jeff Goldblum was better in Ragnarok. That was acting. You know what I'm saying? Like, he became that character. Whereas Christian Bale, I was like, I'm not saying he's like, I think Christian Bale has more integrity as cashing in a paycheck. I don't see that. I think that what they were aiming for did not develop on the screen.
It didn't work. No, it didn't work.
And what annoyed me, I guess, more so than anything else, is that you have literally, this is the part that kind of blows my mind, right? You literally have, you have the Necro Sword, right? You have the Necro Sword, which has a ton of lore in of itself, which, not lore, but it has a lot of implications in of itself.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there.
Yeah, a lot of history there, where you could bring
it could be messy.
It could get messy. But at the same time, you have Spider-Man there. You have we have Venom.
I know where you're going to. You're going to. And if Disney owned outright Venom and Spider-Man, we would be going in the direction. Probably Christian Bale would be playing Null. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is that you have Gore. They changed the whole lore of the Necro Sword, right? They changed it. They changed the lore of the Necro Sword. They changed Null. Though they didn't mention Null, I don't believe, in the movie.
No.
They trade the Necro Sword just to be this dark blade with nothing. It's just
a boring blade.
Yeah, it's just a sword. There was so much potential that could have been had, because this is within the main Marvel universe, where we could have possibly gotten we could have gotten a Thanos level event and higher, and instead we got a black blade. We have a human looking Gore. And we got no mention of Null. We have now the Necro Sword being destroyed, which has no actual usage in the entire Marvel MCU at this point, unless they do some weird shit. But this could have been a somehow they could have fused this
Great
into
setup.
a great setup for Phase 5, right? And
Yeah.
for some reason they didn't. They just kind of like had they had these really great assets that they just kind of threw away.
There is references to or in Eternals. At the end of Eternals, there's a stinger with
that statue head.
No, with what's his name? Who plays the
Firefighter? No,
Zeus?
I can't think of the actor's name. Black Knight.
Yeah, Ebon Blade.
Yeah, I remember at the end he had the sword. And there was like an effect happen. That's like the necro. Yeah, that's so it's so I don't know if this happens before or after the Eternals, but there's elements that will carry on from this movie. And you know, you're right. They didn't use the whole symbiote connection from the sword, obviously for legal reasons. They couldn't. For just legal reasons, you can't. So, and I get it, but I think regardless, I think I like. Well, no, I'm not saying I think I liked the effect of the necro sword in with shadows, and I liked that black and white planet, that small planetoid they went to. I liked, and I think that's Taika Waititi doing is like these characters larger, like running around an asteroid, basically. I like that idea of that set. And the fact that all the color goes away and it becomes black and white during that sequence.
That was cool.
And it only comes back when the two weapons hit each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought there were some cool visual elements. There's some cool ideas here.
Definitely,
but I think
vibes.
Just the story itself there's no end game. No pun intended. There's no end game.
Yeah.
Like every past movie in the previous phases, they had a connection to the Infinity Stones in some way.
Yeah, I don't think they got to wean off the Infinity Stone connection. I think they have a lot of they can tell stories without being connected in that fashion. It's just, you got to do it right. You know what I mean? You can't, you have to aim for something. You said it. I mean, I'm not going to repeat your terrible pun for a third time here, but there's no end game here. You're right. Right. Like, I mean, so talk about Christian Bale's character. I like the look of him. He's like a pilgrim on a mission, right? I like that simplistic. He's all white with a black sword. There's some cool imagery there, but I wanted the sword to become like, there's obviously the sword is manipulating him. So that would have been your enemy, and he's the tool. And that's why he's a simple guy, he's like being manipulated.
Sword.
Yeah, but they stuck to the gore angle, and it didn't land in the end. It made no sense. They should have leaned into the sword being some kind of, obviously Null or whoever you want is speaking to Gore through the sword. So yeah, I think the villain was a dud. But going back to the things I liked the comedy with the hammer with Stormbreaker and the relationship with Mjolnir, and like the hammer keeps coming back into the view. A lot of laughs during those sequences, and they were good. They were funny. I don't know if it's Taika Waititi who can be like, obviously there's an ex relationship going on here with the hammers. Mm-hmm. I like that. That was something that was real funny.
I think maybe because it didn't sell for me, why it wasn't as funny as it maybe could have been, for my opinion.
Okay.
I don't know.
And I'm going to be contrarian against Creamcast here for sure. I don't think Natalie Portman's Mighty Thor, I love the character in the comic, but I did not like her in the movie. Every time she was on the screen, I was not invested. I was not invested in her story. I was not invested in her. I didn't feel that connection. She looked cool. Like, her costume was outstanding. I love what they did with Mjolnir, where it can break apart and come back together again.
I did like that.
So cool. What a cool new effect.
That was cool. Yeah. No,
yeah.
I for me personally, I think breaking up the monotony of just Thor and having Mighty Thor there, I just thought that was cool. Jane Foster is kind of, after Thor 2, she's just kind of
deadpan though.
Yeah, she is, but but that's, I think the problem was that she was thrown aside after Thor 2, That whole relationship was never really explained. It was just kind of like, we just broke up, blah, blah, blah. Now they actually have some background.
Recap or whatever.
Yeah, they recap their relationship. I thought that was kind of cool. It was tying loose ends. And I thought having Mighty Thor, the giving her the ability to enter godhood was cool. And the fact that they could have easily, or we're talking about the whole cancer aspect, the fact that they they showed her being weak, even though she was a god, she was still dying from cancer, which, relatively unknown, unheard of amongst gods. The fact that she was still mortal in that sense was kind of cool. And that's why I enjoyed it. The ending was, I kind of like, it's kind of corny. Yeah, sure. But overall I enjoyed her little mini arc. Going back to the Necro sword, all black, and all this other crap. I just wish, I kind of just going back with what Darkseid said. I wish they would just put more effects in the sword. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
They should have put more effect into the sword outside of the sword. Gore can't live without the sword. Explain why. Really go into it. I think there could have been a lot more done with it. It was just really stupid. I'm just gonna kill gods just because reasons, and it just didn't seem like a legit reason. It didn't feel believable. And at the end, he changes his mind. His daughter merges and as reborn, becomes eternity, and so forth. Cool, but it's just kind of like.
And now Thor is like the what?
Your daughter doesn't become eternity though.
No, it doesn't become eternity.
No.
She comes back because of they got the 7 Dragon Balls and granted a wish.
Does she?
Yeah, she grants
gains powers.
Yeah, she.
Well, you see the reflection of eternity walking, and
she becomes
as a child.
She becomes eternity. She gains the power of eternity.
Okay.
So.
That's why her eyes are like that.
Yeah, that's why her eyes are
okay.
Purple. When you see in the reflection, you see eternity in her. She is eternity.
Oh.
She's reborn as eternity. So that's so she has the powers of. She's not as strong as eternity, I think in base form, but she has some resemblance of eternity.
I have no reference to that character, so I that was a complete curveball for me. I did too. Like the connection to the title. I like that.
It made sense at the end.
Yeah, but that
I didn't like it.
I was looking at that going like, what is this? Why am I seeing this towards the end?
It was kind of forced. They called
it was
her
very
love,
forced.
They call her love and him thunder. That's stupid.
Wait. Speaking about
great title though.
Speaking about granting people back to life with wishes and what was the other one? And final forms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I can see Christian Bale playing Piccolo.
Anyways, so this movie.
You would cast a white guy as Piccolo.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I would cast a black guy as Piccolo, but I don't know why. But his acting, the way he was doing things, I don't know. I can see him as a Piccolo.
What was he doing that's Piccolo-ish?
The part when they're on
the because he was bald.
He's bald. That's it.
Partially that.
That's it.
Partially that too, and just the way he was looking at Thor and Jane Foster when he was pointing at them on that asteroid or mini moon or whatever.
The way he was looking at them?
I just saw hey, he could play a cool Piccolo. It'd be cool.
Oh, great.
Well, the cool thing. So cool thing at the end, I'm totally disregarding what you're saying because it's just good. So stupid.
Hey, it could happen.
Yeah, Christian Bale was a complete waste of talent. The one thing, so can we talk about the mid credit scene, or maybe was it
the two?
Yeah, I had to look up the character who's playing Hercules, nobody. It's nobody.
Okay,
so I literally was like, I missed it, and I was like, oh man, who was that? Because I was like, cool, Hercules, but
was it really?
Was it anyone? No, it was nobody. It was an actor who's done a few things, but he's not it's like I was, I would have put somebody of note in there.
He didn't seem like a Hercules though. I knew that was Hercules, but he didn't seem like a Hercules. When you saw Zeus, okay, yeah, that's Zeus. Whatever. But the way Hercules was portrayed, I didn't see him as Hercules. I see him as another, a standby guard ready to, get killed in 2 seconds.
Well, that's the look from the comic book. That's how it looks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the look in the comic book, and I mean, you don't need to be necessarily a well-known actor to.
Would it be crazy if they panned over and it was Kevin Sorbo?
That would be weird.
I would
That would've
take
been
that.
awesome.
Super
Great,
weird.
take that.
But that would be hilarious though. Even though
It would be hilarious.
Owning
Yeah.
the
Kevin
Liz.
Sorbo, yeah. He's
I mean,
alive.
that would be a nice
He's
little cameo.
alive.
That would be a really cool Easter egg if they did
With
that.
very strong opinions.
I would take that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably a joke. There's a joke for a reason there. He's
Yeah.
definitely not, but
But the thing is that they're obviously building up to Secret Invasion. So we'll see what happens, what comes up, because
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. I'm sorry.
Secret Invasion also coming.
No, isn't it Secret? I thought he was Secret. No,
Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
Secret Invasion is with Nick Fury as a
No,
TV show.
yeah.
Secret Wars is
No,
going to be the big event.
In the comic books, he Hercules was in Secret.
He was in Secret Wars and
Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, in both. So I'm saying like they're obviously, we already know that Secret Invasion is already in the works, phase 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
what
Well, it's
they're
a
doing.
TV show.
Oh, they're gonna do it as a TV show. I thought they were doing it as a movie.
Yeah.
Really?
No, Secret Invasion is the Nick Fury centered TV show.
TV show. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm-
It's about the Skrulls invading.
Yeah. See, this might be the problem. Are we getting burnt out? Are we getting burnt out on Marvel?
Hell yeah, we're getting burnt out.
Well,
I mean, I'm
it's
telling
some
you, we're
point-
talking about Phase 4. Moon Knight was probably the best thing that came out of Phase 4, and I don't even know how it's connected in Phase 4.
Well, that's the
the
thing.
gods. The gods are what?
Oh
is-
yeah, Khonshu. Would it be
I
cool
know.
if we saw Khonshu in there? We didn't.
We didn't see Khonshu.
No, we
we
didn't.
saw Boss. We saw
Bao
gods-
was pretty cool.
Bow.
Bao,
God of Dumplings?
That was
Bao.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, out of the gods that we have seen, I think Boss, it was the only god that we've actually came across, in the entire MCU so far. So, I mean,
Didn't we see some angels? Or what are they
Celestials.
called?
We saw Celestials in the
Yeah.
background.
Celestials
Yeah.
were in the
In the background. Just chilling.
Omnipotent City.
Yeah, they were kind of creepy, like just chilling back.
I love the references to an orgy, the upcoming
yeah.
orgy.
Okay, so
I love
this
that
makes,
shit.
That's
this makes no,
orgasm.
You're not invited to the orgy.
Yeah,
this
right.
makes no sense to me. Like they mentioned it a few times, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, wait, there's kids here. Like, do they even?
They don't even know what an orgy,
Orgy
is.
yeah.
Probably not. But well, maybe they do nowadays.
How many things have you watched as a child where you had no reference to, and then
Oh,
you
a
grew up and
lot.
you're like, "Oh
A
wow,
lot.
I saw that. That
Yeah.
shouldn't have been in that
A
movie."
lot. I mean,
Yeah, well,
a
welcome
lot,
to the world.
I mean, this is a
but
PG-13
we saw
movie,
not Mortal Kombat, RoboCop, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They were
Hell
geared
yeah,
towards us.
hell yeah, we did.
Even though it was rated R.
Yeah,
Even there was
April-
no rating,
April
but it
was
was
super
rated
thick.
R.
April's
Mhm.
super thick, boy. I mean,
April super thick. Yeah,
yeah. Well, even in the Ninja Turtles game, somebody paused it while April was like scrolling up, like in the stage. She thick as fuck. But anyways,
Green Tuner.
yeah. But
Hell
anyhow,
yeah.
gotta do
man,
what you gotta do.
this is a PG-13 movie, so I mean, at this point, like, I mean, all's fair in
Cares?
love and war, so it is what it is.
I mean, it's the lightest. It's the lightest. Like you're referencing Zeus, referencing orgies is not like controversial.
I'm not saying
It's
it's controversial.
in
I'm
character. It's funny.
yeah.
I'm just
I mean,
surprised.
it's
they did.
funny.
Hedonistic, literally. like,
Yeah,
the most
he wasn't
hedonistic-
saying all right. He wasn't referencing a specific like
Yeah.
anal or anything like that. Be like, oh wow, Disney, goddamn! Like
Yeah,
it was.
It's
just
not like the boys. The
Yeah,
boys.
it's
The
general.
boys has.
Just
Have you?
Yeah.
Green Tuner. Have you seen? Have
Herogasm?
Herogasm.
Yes.
Now, did you see the first episode of The Boys?
I've watched all of them.
Oh, you watched all of them? Okay, yeah. So yeah, from when we talk about The Boys, the very first scene of I forgot what is it, Termite? Termite.
I think it's Termite.
Yeah,
He's
Termite.
basically like the Atom or whatever.
Yeah, he like the Adam pretty much. And but think of what could possibly horribly go wrong in a sexual scene. So it's like
I can't believe they showed that too.
I can't believe they showed that either.
But I haven't seen it yet, so
No,
please,
we-
I haven't
we're not
seen
gonna-
it.
we're not
Oh,
gonna say
I want to say
Please.
it's so
So
bad.
we'll
It's
say-
please
we'll
just
say-
hold up. A
all right.
little
Just
bit
don't
here.
watch it with your family. Do not watch the first
Yeah,
episode
do
with
not
your
watch-
family members.
Well, I wouldn't watch it with the family.
But
But
the
either
thing
way,
is like what like I think the comparison. What I guess what I was getting to is that Ed Underground talking about them missing orgies. Like, oh my goodness, the kids. Think about the kids. But I'm like, there's shows like we can show you how depraved it can get. So this, like, don't talk about orgies as well.
Well, no, I know there's other shows out there that
You're
like,
talking
go
about from
far
a
and
Disney
beyond.
perspective,
From a Disney
right?
That's what I'm saying. From a Disney perspective, like, oh,
And
wow,
I think it was very
that.
innocent in the reference because I mean, if it's like a Stanley mentioning orgies, I would have been like, well, when it's Zeus mentioning orgies, so, I mean,
and it makes sense for what
it makes sense for the
was.
context. So like, the debauchery and the excess. So
so
it makes sense in character.
Yeah, absolutely. Now for this movie overall, what you guys? This is the kind of the one thing. Do you feel like they overplayed some jokes sometimes? Like,
yes,
the goats were hilarious at first, and then after a while, I'm just kind of like,
yep,
this is kind of cringe. Not cringe. I won't say that because I hate that word.
Like it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of overplayed, and like I feel like the elements that they were trying to take from Ragnarok, like the funny bits that just made it organically funny, is what did not work in this movie for whatever reason. I feel like they're like, hey, Disney was like, hey, you know that thing that you guys that did was really funny, just do that a lot more, and it didn't feel natural. Like even the scene where Thor is with the Guardians and he like destroys their temple, I'm just kind of like, I'm like, that's
I like
typical.
that. I thought it was funny. I
was
like
funny.
That whole speech and the chief of that tribe, that whole like him apologizing afterwards. He's like, I don't want to talk about it.
He's like, I'm getting angry about it.
That was funny.
You know what?
Parts was definitely funny.
I know that me and a few other people actually noticed this too. It was when there was like a glitch with Thor, like in the beginning, somewhere in the beginning when Thor was on the ship and the goats are on the ship, and a few other people mentioned this too. They could fix later, but we saw that Thor was like drinking something, and then he froze, and then we see a goat go past. And it's like he skipped 5 frames and was doing something else.
It's kind of like how your camera is right now.
My camera is actually pretty good right now.
No,
but that's how my camera is done.
That's actually kind of funny because literally when you're talking about that, your voice was
I literally froze.
Yeah, you literally froze.
I froze on purpose. Like, ugh.
No. It was because of your camera. It's a glitch. It's obviously a glitch in the Matrix. You guys all saw it at the same time. You guys are all blue pilled. Oh yeah, you guys are all red pill, whatever.
No, they're blue pill probably.
You probably took, knowing you probably took both and said, fuck it, let's just see what happens. Half your body.
No, me and other people noticed it.
I don't know, maybe I didn't.
They could fix it later, but I saw it.
I don't even think there's anything to fix, honestly.
Well, no, he was literally
seeing as how the Ed Underground is the sole person talking about this.
Yeah, let me. Okay, while you guys are talking about it,
look up glitch in Thor.
Thor: Love and Thunder glitch.
The only thing I can think of is it's intentional.
About to drink something, and then he froze mid before he even like.
And the goat walks in front of the scene, like,
and then he's like drinking and doing something else. Now it's
like
it was
I don't know.
Quick, like 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's possible.
Definitely. Yep. Don't see anything about a frozen scene.
Whenever I can find it.
Yeah, go ahead and knock yourself out.
Yeah,
I mean,
keep going on.
No, we're definitely keep going on because we don't want you to talk about more Christian Bale and Piccolo bullshit.
Yeah,
be a great Piccolo.
Yeah, overall, again, I'm gonna just sum up. It's mid for sure. I think there are some funny jokes in here. If you like Taika Waititi, I think you'll get a little bit of that, but don't go in expecting Ragnarok. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's not Ragnarok. It's shades of Ragnarok. Question now is where are they going to go from here?
There was no end game. I have no idea.
They did say that Thor will return.
For Thor.
Thor will return.
Yeah, so Hemsworth wants to play Thor. I know that,
forever.
but like, let me ask this committee this question here. Do you guys want Taika to continue his depiction of Thor, or do you want someone else to take it over and maybe turn him back towards a more serious, comic accurate, darker, just a different direction? Or do you want more Taika Waititi related movies? I think this is a good stopping point for him.
I mean, he's a good He's in other movies that's been good. I'm kind of surprised that this wasn't on the same caliber as his previous movies. So I would have to say it's a difficult no.
Okay. Scream.
Taika, I love you. I love the fact that you're having like threesomes with what's her face, Valkyrie and some other chick.
Oh yeah. Whatever. Some other chick.
Did you see that? Yeah,
I saw it. Yeah,
yeah. Like the chicks were like kissing. Like Taika's in there, like in the middle of them. Like like I'm gonna direct both of you bitches later on. like Taika's a play. I like him. Do I want? I don't want him to. I want him to be maybe producer, but not. Well, he was a director on this one, right?
He was a director, director, I believe.
Director. Yeah, I thought he was he a writer? I thought he wasn't a writer on this one.
Oh, I don't know. It felt like a lot of his dialogue, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
I don't necessarily. I don't know. Like for me personally, I don't want him to be. This is hard.
Typecast, kind of like into a kind of type of just trying to get to Ragnarok again, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, we need to get him back to another Ragnarok level where it's maybe we need to go darker. And me, Dark Superman here. I rather go like when we start going to like King Thor territory, which I'm assuming they're not gonna do, but I kind of want him to stop. I don't want him to continue on. If the next Thor is going to be like this, I don't want him. I don't want him to continue. And the reason why I say that is because Gore could have been a multi-movie villain, possibly. I feel like he was just rushed. And if you're going to put someone like Gore, who is a dark villain, you need a dark writer and a dark director for that type of film. You can have jokes and so forth, this, that, and the other, but I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of miss Thor: The Dark World Thor to an extent, where he was and let me finish, where he got very serious. Like after Helga got killed, his mother, he kind of went to that dark place, like like when he was talking to Loki, like you're my brother, but everything that I had love for you has died, or any hope that I have for you has died with our mother. If you betray me, I will kill you. Like I kind of want that Thor to be kind of get pushed to a dark place.
I'd like to see a return to form of the Loki Thor, dynamic. Yeah, the rivalry. And I've been waiting to see Beta Ray Bill in a Thor movie. I think that that would be an interesting direction if they went that way.
Yeah, they won't.
You know what? But think of the directions you want to take Thor, though. Like, I mean, he's a character. Like now, you've kind of had this comedic space fantasy version of Thor. I would think they could, if they drilled it into like more medieval looking Viking fantasy. I think that would be cool. I mean, but they'd have to go in a direction where, like, head first with a director that has a vision for that, and maybe go for some Lord of the Rings level visuals or something. I don't know.
But you're talking. I mean, if you're going for like a Beta Ray Bill Thor, like beta, because he's not the real Thor. Thor is alpha. This is beta. But yeah. Anyways, it would have to be a really crazy direction, and for that to happen, I mean, we went from. I don't know. That'll be hard to pull off.
Obviously we don't have the answer here, but I mean, I think I agree with you guys that Taika, I think he's great. I just don't want him to overstay his welcome. I think this is kind of the signs are there that unless there's more to it, I think we should go in a different direction with Thor.
I feel like
it might be the bad move, but I don't know.
But the thing is, I feel like Taika. Everybody thinks he's not like at James Gunn level, and I think that James Gunn has shown himself time and time again, or he has shown himself to be very capable in different mediums, from TV shows to then movies. Taika, I feel like, exactly. Taika seems like he might overstay his welcome, which then will make me dislike, like as much as I dislike this Thor, which I was hoping it was going to be Ragnarok 2.0, it failed. It failed spectacularly on that end. I don't want to have a third movie with Taika, and I just get further disappointed. If that makes sense.
You know what I think Taika would be good at? What character? If you want to stick with superheroes, I know it's already being made, but like Ant-Man, like him and
he'd be perfect for Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd,
yeah,
like going like just inversely, like the crazy characters, but into the microverse. I think that would be fun. Maybe DC, you know, if anyone at Warner Brothers is, you know, can tear away from their you know, depression that they're in, that and call me.
No,
the Atom is basically DC's version of Ant-Man, and you could do a very similar story with get Taika Waititi and do.
So
something cool.
You basically want a Justice League before the director's cut.
Do I want a Justice League before the director's cut? I don't follow what you're saying.
Before the HBO director's cut. So the first Justice League movie that came out, it was kind of colorful, not good. So you're wanting that.
Well, no, he was just saying Atom Smasher. That's just one character.
Not Atom Smasher, the Atom.
Oh, the Atom. I'm sorry.
The Atom. Yeah.
The Atom. Sorry. Yeah. So
I definitely think like you can lean into a character, or like, I mean, DC's already making movies that are kind of similar in this idea and concept. Yeah, like Blue Beetle is getting a movie right now.
They've done that shit with Aquaman.
Aquaman is a very good example of Aquaman. If Aquaman wasn't made into a movie already, I would say Taika Waititi would be very good for that kind of, you know, bringing Aquaman to life. So I don't know. I agree with you though that mid and possibly needing a direction change for Thor.
All right. Well,
also, I did see a glitch or whatever. It is there. It is there.
Okay, you are the sole witness then.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to go
public with this, or what, man?
Are you going to put it on the chat, or
no? Well, maybe the chat, but
do you have proof of this? Like, actually, someone else saying the same thing, or you're just saying,
I'm looking.
Are you just saying that? Hey, I believe myself, therefore I am the proof. Therefore, I am. Like that's what it sounds like. You're like, hey, I consulted myself. And I do believe.
Yeah, I do like the way he said it.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at it.
He confirmed it.
I'm looking at it right now.
Looking at what?
Okay.
The Thor scene when he's on a ship.
So when I just asked you, like, when you sent us a clip, you were just like, "Yeah, I got."
Well, how do I send you a clip on a? How do I do it on a PC?
Well, all right, hold on to it, and before you just don't ruin anything here, but. All right, we'll examine this clip, even though that no one else seems to have noticed this. I have a feeling that you're looking at something that's probably not there.
It's 22 minutes and 11 seconds in. That's when it starts. And
how do you know this? What are you looking at?
He's probably watching
bootleg
on the bootleg,
and it ends at 22:16.
Pull the bootleg. We don't condone that.
We do not condone that bullshit.
Condone that.
I didn't say it was that or anything. Could have.
How do you get to the?
How would you have it?
YouTube.
It's not on YouTube.
It's not on YouTube.
I could be on YouTube.
Wait,
not legally. It's not legally on YouTube.
No. You saying it's 22 seconds in? What?
No, he said 22 minutes in.
22 minutes. I'm sorry. 22 minutes in.
Yeah.
How is it 22 minutes in?
How would you know? Yeah.
How would you know that? Like,
could be on Google, could be on Explorer, could be on.
Not helping yourself out.
What's the other one? Yahoo.
No. Where is it legally available right now?
To the point
you can watch it and tell us it's 22 minutes in.
Take it down. Hey.
Why would it get taken down?
Because it's I don't know, from a movie.
All you're saying, you're gonna start hearing. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Open up!
Hey, FBI! It's Mickey Mouse, bitch.
They shoot at him.
Speaking of Disney controversies, Thor is another. This movie is another one that got banned in various parts of the world. I don't think it came out in China, right?
Oh, why is that?
I don't think this came out in China.
Religious stuff?
No, there's same-sex relationships and references.
Green Tuner is glitching.
Same-sex. No, he's not glitching. That's part of the
22 minutes in.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're 22 minutes in here.
It's banned.
It got banned somewhere, and I don't think it's out in China.
There was actually what?
Banned in China. Yeah, it's banned in China.
Banned in China.
Yep.
And probably like Saudi Arabia and some stuff because they can't take it. But yeah, there's references to Korg, man-on-man relationship.
LGBTQ.
Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie makes several relationships to, women, and she's called King Thor. And probably a lot of things to piss people off.
Yeah.
But despite going woke, somehow they didn't go broke. Again, Thor makes a shit ton of money.
Yep.
Probably just this weekend, and that's it. Because
probably it's going to drop hard big time. I don't even think Thor will be a popular character. I might not even get Thor 5.
To be honest, out of all the characters, out of all the Avengers, I thought Thor would be either second popular or even first popular.
Mm-hmm.
For me, he's kind of bottom of the barrel.
I mean,
it's just the movies. The movies that have come out.
He's like number 4. You got the Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man,
top tier.
Yeah, he's in the top 5 easily. I think this showing like I was saying about Phase 4 is just really a lot of setup, not a lot of good.
I don't even see a setup. I mean, the only setup I really see is
they're trying to set up for something, and I think the setup is they're trying to introduce new characters. They're trying to do,
there is a setup. They've set up things.
They brought up the Pantheon.
Kang the Conqueror is like a long.
That's what I was going to say. The only setup I really see has been from Loki, and that wasn't even a movie. That was
the whole multiverse. The aspect of the multiverse that's mentioned in Loki and Doctor Strange, and what Secret Wars will end up being is the idea, and then the Illuminati in the comics, they were preventing the multiverses from collapsing.
We only saw them for 10 minutes, and they killed them all off.
Yeah, so that's a failed version of the Illuminati, but it could be a successful Illuminati. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point of the multiverse.
And then on top of that, we have the smaller thing. I mean, we still haven't seen Adam Warlock. He's coming in Guardians 3. We have the Pantheon. So now we've been introduced to the world of gods through Moon Knight, and now with Thor: Love and Thunder. Now the God verse has been expanded a lot more. We have the Celestials as well. So we have a lot of cosmic players in the bowl right now.
Even the fact you saw Eternity is like one of the cast characters. Yeah, but in
it's Eternity, Death, and what's the last? There's a third one.
Is it Destiny? I don't remember.
It's third. Pretty much, we have some major players. Like we have some major cosmic entities.
And you're going towards there with Guardians of the Galaxy. Eternals was going there. Remember the Living Tribunal. So
Doctor Strange, we saw them too. Living Tribunal.
Doctor Strange, yeah,
and we saw that obviously in Loki too.
It just doesn't seem like compared to the.
Man, I know what you're saying. We had 20 some movies leading up to Thanos and like building up Thanos, which is really cool. They do that. Now we're in this. I mean, maybe because I'm used to reading comic books, this happens. There are lulls like this in comic books that happen between events, and that's sometimes when the best comics are. When they're dealing with their own shit, is the best comic book stuff. Mm-hmm. The big events are really lame. I hate the big events in comic books now because it's just all you're doing is you're building up towards the next thing, and it's just another thing.
Well, they've all we're dealing with their own stuff, but it's somehow connected to. Yeah,
but why do you want an end game? Why do you want something? Why can't you just be happy with a good? I'd be perfectly
happy now.
I mean, we're not happy with the movies, but I'm happy with Moon Knight. Moon Knight's
fine. Yeah,
it expanded the universe. We got to see gods more than just Thor, so we got to see actual gods. I mean, and you can count Thanos as well as Celestials, gods. In human aspect, they're gods, but you got to expand the god verse and the Pantheon with Moon Knight. And right now, Moon Knight is in his own world, which is awesome. I absolutely love that. Loki still in his own world right now with Kang the Conqueror. We don't know how that's going to unfold. There's a lot of things to be happy about. I think I think what me and Darkseid are kind of saying is the fact that for movies, like for established characters, we want the needle to continue to move forward. And right now, the needle is either stagnant, it's just staying in the same place, or it's kind of going back a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm also like, I mean, I get the formula has been that we're building towards something, and I think that's also the Marvel framework, you know what I mean? So when it's not there, it's highly noticeable. But there's nothing wrong with them focusing on characters or developing a character that's not the end. You know, we talk about how like one of the reasons I like the Hawkeye TV show is because he's not trying to save the damn world or universe. He was just trying to get to his kids for
No, you like
Christmas.
Hawkeye because of the Christmas thing.
No,
yeah, minutes to midnight type thing.
Sure.
Yeah, but that was the whole point, is that, you don't need
the simplicity of it.
Yeah, you don't need every event doesn't need to be a cataclysmic
or leading up to something insane.
Yeah, like Hawkeye, we will probably never see Hawkeye again, which is fine. Like Hawkeye, like, yeah, we're going to a point where, you know, we're getting to a point with power scaling, right? Where at this point we're dealing with cosmic entities greater to undreamt of in the whole MCU universe. Eventually, at some point, you're gonna have to not have the little guy, you know, Hawkeye shooting arrows at eternity, like, or you're gonna have Hawkeye shooting arrows at a celestial. Like,
there's always room for the little guy shooting arrows.
Okay, well, okay. Darkseid believes that Hawkeye is gonna do a trick shot and somehow kill.
Hey, in the comic books, that's how it happens.
Yes, sure. It's always that one.
At the end of the day, when Superman's running amok in the comic books, you'll see Green Arrow with a kryptonite arrow, and no one's paying attention to that guy, and bam, he ends that. And like, oh, Green Arrow saved the whole universe. Yeah. That's how it works in the comic books.
Well, actually, that is true. A Green Arrow does save the day. He is one of the main linchpins in the DC universe for one of the stories. So sure, I get that.
True.
I'm just saying, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with what I want.
I know what you're saying, though.
I want character building. That's fine. It seems like it's getting boring, and I'm fine with.
But you can't do the character building with the Disney MCU formula, because they're people who want what's the next thing, right. And I get it because we're used to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like I said, it's a transitional phase. Like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. We're doing a lot of building, you know, with special teams and all that stuff. You know, give us some time.
The kids.
Yeah, but I think a lot of even the small stuff that we're missing, like, you know, what made like certain aspects cool was like Agent Carter. Where the hell is she at? From, you know,
she's dead.
From everybody's dead to you. Falcon Winter.
No, she's literally dead.
She's dead.
Did she die?
No, she didn't die.
I thought she did.
She died.
No,
Agent Carter got shielded in
Agent
half.
Carter. I'm not sorry, Agent Carter. I'm talking about the other Agent Carter, Sharon Carter.
Oh, Sharon. Oh, who cares?
Yeah.
Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever.
Well, now she's a drug lord apparently, or something like
that.
Yeah, I don't even get what they're going with.
What I'm saying is that there's still there's a lot of storylines that are just kind of in limbo, that are not the world-ending intergalactic. You know, Galactus is coming down and is going to swoop up and destroy the Earth. Like, you know, we still have a lot of small stuff that's moving, so it's still interesting. There's still a lot of great stuff out there. I think we just need to give it time.
I just see it like this: we already know what we think. The big bad is from Loki. We seen him. We know who it is. That's the only known.
I mean, that's all we know right now. I mean, we can't. It could be anyone else.
It could be anyone else. And we've seen what they did with the Necrosword. They could completely just move things around and change the storyline to it be somebody that we didn't expect. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. So before, you know, we get off the I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tired of talking about Thor.
Me too.
What do we want, or what would we rank this out of 10? I'll go first. I give it a solid 6.5. Yeah,
I was honestly, I was six blurries.
6 blurries.
All right. 6 blurries.
Wow. So we just
someone had completed one more 6.
Yeah, one more 6. 6.5. Let's do it.
On my screen it works, but
well, I was give it a solid 5.
5
blurries.
Yes, coming below.
Yeah. Well,
even though Christian Bale was amazing in the movie.
If it was Rebel, it'll be a 4 for me.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, well, you know what? This is actually still 666 because I'll take my 6.5. I'll let Ed borrow the 5. He carries the 1. It's a 6. Therefore, 666.
Math, bitch. Math.
Yeah. Stop rounding up.
We don't sponsor whatever.
The church of Satan. Yeah, no.
All right. Well, next up for Marvel, it's is it Wakanda Forever?
Is it
Wakanda Forever? Is that the next movie?
I believe so. That's the next movie.
I haven't heard or seen any trailer or anything.
Yeah, it's there with radio silent, but it is this year, and it is Wakanda Forever.
Let's see. Are you sure about that?
I'm very sure about that.
Okay. Let's see. Let's take a look.
I'm very sure about that.
And from May, when's the next Marvel movie coming out? All right. Thor, Love, and Thunder. The next one after that is
Blade? No, that's next year, right?
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, November 11th.
Wow. Huh.
Remember, baby.
I'm not excited for that. I'm not excited.
I don't know what to expect.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm not excited because we haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not really excited. Like, I'm curious to see what they're gonna do, especially more or less. I'm not caring about the story. I just want to see what they do with Chadwick Boseman.
Here's the thing: if that trailer comes out, and Michael B. Jordan's not in it, there's gonna be all hell to pay, and that movie's not gonna do well.
You think so? You're calling it now?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's all.
For you, okay. Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna boycott it. I'm not gonna wear my dashiki to the theater.
Yeah, no, and I would have gone all out.
Yeah, he would wear blackface and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, would have got beads in my dreads and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
wait, what?
You're gonna get cornrows, gold teeth, and be like Wakanda Forever. Yeah, you're gonna.
It would have been like Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places.
No.
Spitting Image.
No.
Look that up. Look that up.
Yeah, guys haven't seen that?
No.
Dan Aykroyd was
well, that's probably because they've tried to scrub it off the internet, but look that up.
Sure. Yeah, look it up.
All right,
That'll be the same outfit too.
The giant ass freeze for like a few
Dan
seconds.
Aykroyd blackface.
I'm trying to look it up right now. Let me see.
Yeah, play this scene. It's amazing.
Okay, I'm Trading Places. Okay, I remember the movie. Okay, I remember the movie Eddie Murphy. Yeah. I just don't remember the scene that you guys are referring to.
You're not
He's
talking
in
about
the subway.
the movie with Nicolas
Yeah, they're in the
Cage,
subway.
right?
Yeah.
Trading Places. I'm thinking of Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
No, that's Face Off.
Oh, that's Face Off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wow.
Trading Places is a comedy. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Rich guy, poor guy, black guy, white guy.
Did you find it?
Oh, I did. Holy shit.
I told you.
That is,
right?
That's dark side.
There's no mistaking it.
That's 100% blackface.
Yeah.
That's even really bad.
Yeah.
Blackface.
It's not only the visual, it's the audio, it's everything he does. It's really good. Really good stuff.
I'm all right. I'm about to post this on Twitter and cancel him.
You're gonna cancel Aykroyd?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Good luck.
Yeah, he's
good
canceled.
luck.
Absolutely canceled.
Who is this?
Hang in there, Dan.
Yeah.
Hang in there.
Is he even still alive?
Yeah, he was in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't.
Damn it!
He's not. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
He was the one that saw.
And he was in blackface too in Ghostbusters.
Oh, shut up!
Partially.
Shut up! That movie. You know they're coming out. The
I like.
Ghostbusters. It's coming out.
Yeah,
it's coming out soon.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
Really?
Yeah, it was mid.
I actually got to rewatch that. I really liked it.
It was mid, but whatever.
All right, so Wakanda Forever coming up soon. You know, we haven't been watching it. Maybe we need to revisit it. But
this is Dark Side.
The Miss Marvel TV show, I think it just wrapped up, and there's some references to mutants.
Yep.
In there, which I'm trying not to look too deep into, but this is how they get you.
It got ranked very high.
It did.
I think right now is at what 9.5 on like IMDb, right? No, Rotten Tomatoes. So it's like a 9.5, but that is critics. That's not users. So I'm kind of curious to see it. I might want to give Marvel a break after watching Love and Thunder. I'm probably gonna watch Resident Evil. Yeah, you know what? This is what happens when you oversaturate, your market pretty much with Marvel stuff. Like I kind of need a break, so I think I might start the Resident Evil series. I did finish, The Boys, Stranger Things, which we should talk about pretty soon. So actually, Darkseid, what have you not watched? I think you haven't watched any of them. You haven't watched
any of them. So whenever you guys do that episode, let me know, and I will do my impression of Green Tuner right now.
Yeah, wow, that's
wow,
really, really good. yeah, so we need to talk about The Boys, because man, that's a phenomenal show. Stranger
Such
Things,
a good show.
Stranger Things,
Stranger Things too. Damn.
Stranger Things was
Stranger
good,
Danger.
but
I liked it.
I think it was the major payoff at the end. I think that's what really got me. I really love that. But before I was like, whatever. But yeah, we need to talk about that. Miss Marvel, Resident Evil just came out.
Do you guys want to do Resident Evil since it just came out? How many episodes is that?
8 episodes.
God damn it.
Yeah, let's just say no. I'd rather have you finish The Boys, and so I can talk about.
Yeah, for sure. The Boys.
Finish The Boys for me. It would be what? How many seasons are we at here?
Season
You
3.
haven't watched a single one.
I haven't either.
No.
How the hell do you
Like I
consider
said, I
yourself
read
a
the comic. I've read the comic, but I think
It's
the show
way
went.
different than the comic.
Yeah,
I know. You told me. So
It's
I mean,
way better than the comic, actually.
it's actually better. Yeah,
all
I
right,
think it's better.
yeah. Other
Because
people
I
have told me
started
that
reading
too.
the comic.
Other people have told me too.
How many seasons have you completed in Stranger Things?
1.
So yeah,
Wow.
you got a lot of catching up to do.
I mean, let me know if you guys want to target a specific show. I can make a false promise to you and not deliver.
The Boys.
Let me know.
The Boys is definitely more up your alley.
The Boys.
Yeah.
Well, I got.
They're both up my alley. I know I like them both. I just finding the time to watch stuff is difficult. That's all it is.
Okay. I mean, while you're at work,
But-
watch The Boys. We know you really don't. You really don't work. You sit in the back, just bark orders from a walkie.
I've seen
Loudspeaker.
Hey,
I've seen
another.
this.
So yeah, watch The Boys. Let's go ahead. Yeah, I really want to talk about that. And if you can't talk about it or you don't want to listen to it, then I mean, Ed Underground, I don't care about. You, I do care about a lot more about seeing it. But
Thank
if
you.
me
That means
Probably like it more than Dark Side.
what?
I'll probably like it more than Dark Side.
Like what?
I would probably
The
like it
Boys?
more.
Oh,
yeah.
the Dark Side. Oh, you'll like it more. You probably, yeah, because I could see you really getting into the deep for sure. I think you would probably get off on that. So,
Not
Mhm.
get off.
Yeah.
yeah,
Get into the
yeah,
deep.
yeah, get in the deep for sure.
Full relief.
Yeah, definitely get poor relief. And he'll eat. Ed would definitely have fun with what's the damn octopus's name?
Oh, I forgot.
I don't know who you
God,
saw, but no.
Anyways, yeah. So no, we definitely let's watch The Boys. So let's try to focus on that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where we're at next week. When's Lord of the Rings come out?
September.
September. Fuck.
Ooh.
So long, man. I thought it was
I
like
got
August.
ways to go.
I was hoping like August, July, but man,
I think it's September.
oh, that's so long.
Beavis and Butthead.
No, I'm not watching that. Beavis and Butthead, dude. Like I've literally watched I did watch like an episode of Beavis and Butthead recently, and I realized how stupid this show is, and I'm like, no,
It's a stupid show, but
So cool.
It's so
He
stupid.
said stupid.
it's the allure of that show when you were a kid. It was another thing you weren't supposed to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it was that weird show that came on like at 7, 8 o'clock at night, and you weren't supposed to watch it, but you would, along with Ren and Stimpy. Like,
And Eon Flux. You're not supposed to watch that either.
Yeah, you weren't supposed
We
to watch
watched
that.
it.
Yep, all
Things
those
happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, we'll see we'll figure out what we're gonna watch. All right, I'm burnt out. I'm tired.
All right. Sounds
All
good.
right, take us out, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Side.
You heard him, bitch. Take us out.
Yeah, go ahead, Dark Side.
Go ahead, you little hoe. Go ahead.
Yeah, Creamcast and Dark Side. Take us out.
And you
Come on,
always
know
do
like
that.
it.
You do reverse of just saying it back to you. I told you, you're
Reverse trap card. Boom.
Ed, you like
Well,
Dear
to
God,
ladies and
just take
gentlemen,
us out.
please.
This has been episode 52.
God, this is so horrible.
Fire of the Blurred Podcast. I'm Concolio. Right
God, just take us out.
This has been episode 52. It's 5-2 of the Blurred Podcast. You can find us on all major platforms and talk with us live on twitch.tv/the Blurred Podcast.
Blur you later. I need TB for my butthole.
Guys, we're so sorry. Like
Fire.
we haven't streamed did a podcast in like 2 weeks.
I quit this podcast. This is
Yeah,
embarrassing.
fuck it. This is like our future.
Blur you
kids,
later.
our future kids are gonna watch this shit and be like, "What the fuck was wrong with y'all?"
Hold on. There we go.
All All right, guys. Blur you later.
All right, blow you later.
I need TP.